Okay, some tips when recording with Amplitube. Alright, we already went through the effects pedals and the amp stuff, so whenever recording, it's good to start a new project. One of the biggest problems people have is they say that the sound isn't changing for the effects in the amp, and that's often because you're on an old project and it's basically saving the settings for what you were doing. So, you go into a new project, you go to the drums, you have rock, different settings, fills, intros, you have different grooves, over here is your BPM, and then you of course have blues, I think there's about 8 grooves for each style, approximately. And that's of course just the main groove. As I said, there's variations, main B. That's very 80s, I like that. Okay, let's go to country. We'll just stick with groove 1. Now you fix whatever the BPM you want. We'll take it down slower to 110. Done. Okay, so I'll show you in a second, they have setups in here for doing this, but I like doing it myself from scratch. To set up my song, I start with an intro, drag it down to there. We'll just stick with the main riff. Now generally songs go in a pattern of 8 measures for chorus, 8 for verse, 8 for chorus, and then maybe 6 or 8 for bridge. It all depends. If you're doing some kind of electronic, different, dissonant music, then of course you're not going to want to stick to that pattern, but normally when I'm making a song I have intro, main. So let's see, it'll take 4 of these because these are each 2 measures apiece. So that's intro 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for the chorus, before we'll put a fill in. Sometimes I put 2 fills in. Mix it up a little bit. And now for the chorus, instead of using the main beat, we'll use variation B. This is not an exact science, it's all what sounds good. These are also 2 measures apiece. So our chorus will be long, 8 measures. And then at the end I can either do another fill. Sometimes I repeat the intro. But the key is to go back to that initial verse that you had, which was 4 country main A's. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4 to the fill. I could remove one of those, and then we go to the chorus. And at any time you want to add cymbal, just click on it. There you go, hear that? Okay, so that's building your own from scratch. Obviously it takes some practice. It's based on what you want to hear. There really is a pop, country, and rock formula that we'll go into later. But if you don't want to choose your own, you can just kind of give the drum a flip, and it picks for you. And they actually mix and match, which you can do. You don't have to just do groove 1. You can mix groove 1 with groove 3. There are a lot of possibilities for these drum loops. Let's hear what this sounds like. That's a little all over the place, but you don't like it, you just switch it again. Sometimes I like to do this to get new ideas for songs, and then I remove what I don't like, add in what sounds better. It's all a matter of what style you're going for. And and if you want to remove anything, you just hold on it and pull away. Done. Done. So there you have it. You have electro, funky, metal, pop, punk, rock, blues, country, the basics of what most music people will be writing. And yes, I hear the ambulance in the background. I am not redoing this video. Anyway, now the drum loop is going to be separate from your 4 tracks. It's up here in the gray. It helps you kind of follow along as you're recording under studio. So when you do drums that way, you still have 4 extra tracks. If you do the drums another way with another app, then you're going to lose a track. So there's your drums in gray, and then you can do bass, guitar, vocals, bounce the tracks if you like to one and do another, or use audio bus. And speaking of audio bus, if you want to record with Slash, Hendrix, Amplitube, or Fender Amplitube with studio and the drums, what you do is audio bus. You have Amplitube and Slash there together. You pick what you want on Slash, go back to Amplitube, make sure you turn every pedal off, go to the amp, bypass the amp, that way none of the sounds within Amplitube are affecting your Slash sounds. Choose what drums you want, and then start recording in studio. When you go to a new track, it helps to go back to record and go to a new track. Usually it will say processing. I think I've already gone through this though, unless it's a new version. But anyway, there you have it. You start with your drums, what sound you want, practice, get an idea with your guitar what you like, start setting it up. Make sure you keep notes. That's the key thing with all these apps. Always have a pad next to what you're doing, writing specifically down what you're doing, or you will forget, and then a great song is out the window. I have an entire pad filled with app songs, some finished, some not. So write down what you're doing. It even helps sometimes to write down what drums you've used, just in case anything happens or gets lost. And then, if you follow all those instructions, we'll go through more later, you'll have yourself a song.